Hello and welcome to today's lecture on the course of Power Transmission Engineering. In this unit number 1, Transmission Line Parameters, today we are going to learn about how to determine the inductance of a solid conductor. This topic or this derivation will act as a prerequisite for the upcoming lectures where you will derive the inductance of a single phase or a three-phase power transmission line. Myself, Mr. K. A. Naidu, I am working as assistant professor in our college in the department of EEE. So after this lecture, you will be able to derive the inductance of a solid conductor at any point at a given distance from the center of the conductor. So inductance of a solid conductor, in order to derive that, you need four parameters before deriving that. The first one is the magnetic field intensity from the Ampere's law. Ampere's law states that the line integral of magnetic field intensity over a closed path is equal to the current that is enclosed. Magnetic flux density can be derived by using the formula B is equal to mu into H once the magnetic field intensity is known. From that, you determine what are the flux linkages, and dividing these flux linkages with the current, you get the inductance of the conductor. So these four parameters are very important to determine or to compute the inductance of a conductor. We compute the internal inductance, the external inductance, we combine these two and find out what is the total inductance of the solid cylindrical conductor. First, we determine what is the internal inductance. Internal inductance means the inductance which is inside the conductor. Here in this figure, you can see this is a conductor which is having a radius r and length is taken as 1 meter. This is just our assumption so that the inductance per unit length will be same as what we derive. Okay. So here the length is assumed to be 1 meter. It is carrying a current I. So internal inductance means what is the inductance inside this conductor. Okay. So first we will calculate what is the internal inductance. External inductance means what is the inductance at any point that is outside the conductor. Okay. When we combine the internal inductance and external inductance, we get the total inductance of this conductor. Assume that the conductor is sufficiently long such that the end effects are neglected. It is non-magnetic. That means the permeability is same as the absolute permeability, or you can also say the relative permeability is equal to 1. It has uniform current density. That means the skin effect is neglected. In the previous class, we have studied what is skin effect. Whenever AC current is flowing through the conductor, most of the current will flow through the outer layers because of the non-uniform current density, which is called as skin effect, which we are neglected here. That means the current density is constant at any point inside the conductor. Ampere circuit law, as I said, it is the line integral of the magnetic field intensity over the closed path which gives the current enclosed. So take this as equation number 1, followed by magnetic field intensity inside the conductor is, if you take the integral inside the conductor, you see this is the conductor. Here you take a small circle which is having radius x and it is inside the conductor. The magnetic field intensity Hx at this point, at any point which is at a distance x from the center, is given by the current that is enclosed is Ix. Here you can see a small rectangle which is having a width of x and a length of 1 meter. So here the current that is flowing through this element, so like this, the current that is flowing through this element is Ix. Okay, and the length of this closed path is nothing but the circumference of the circle which is having a radius x. Therefore Hx is equal to the current that is enclosed is Ix and the closed path is 2 pi x. The units are ampere per meter. This you can take it as equation number 2. Okay, so remember equation number 2, Hx is equal to Ix by 2 pi x. Now Ix is the portion of the total current that is enclosed by the contour. So here you can take Ix is equal to x by r whole square into I, because the current density is constant. Here the current density is constant. That means Ix by the area of the circle which is having Ix, the contour which is having radius x, and I upon the circle which is having a radius r. So Ix by pi x square must be equal to I by pi r square. So Ix is equal to x by r whole square into I. This is for a point that is inside the conductor x less than r. You take it as equation number 3. Now substitute this equation number 3 in equation number 2, that is Ix by 2 pi x. Hx is equal to Ix by 2 pi x. There you substitute the value of Ix. You get Hx is equal to x into I by 2 pi r square ampere per meter. Okay, this is the magnetic field intensity inside the conductor, which is given by equation number 4. Now the next step is to find out what is the magnetic flux density. So magnetic flux density of the contour x can be taken as Bx is equal to the permeability into magnetic field intensity. Here we assume that the core is non-magnetic. That's why the permeability is same as the absolute permeability mu naught. Therefore mu naught into Hx is equal to, substitute this Hx here, you will get the equation number 5. So mu naught xi by 2 pi r square. The units of flux density is Weber per meter square. Now differential flux is nothing but the product of flux density into area. d phi is equal to b into area. Here the area of the element is dx into length. Length we have taken as 1 meter. Therefore the flux density per unit length will be equal to bx into dx. See here. So d phi is equal to bx into dx. That is Webers. So units of flux is Webers, but we are taking flux per unit length. Therefore, we have to write Weber per meter. This you can take it as equation number 6. Now, in order to determine the differential flux linkages, this is quite tricky. You see here, the differential flux linkages is given by d lambda. Here, you can see this diagram. Here, the element, the differential element, which is given by this rectangle. You can see a cross-sectional rectangle. It is carrying a fraction of the current that is given by this equation number 3. Similarly, the flux that is linking this element, the flux that is linking this differential element will also be equal to the fractional flux of this d phi. Therefore, d lambda is equal to x by r whole square into d phi. Differential flux linkage is given by the flux per meter into this fraction. So x by r whole square into d phi. That is equal to, you substitute d phi from equation 6. You get equation 7 as mu naught I by 2 pi r power 4 into x cube by dx. Now integrate equation 7 from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to r. X is equal to 0 is the origin of this conductor, that is the center of this conductor. X is equal to r is the radius of this conductor, that is the surface of conductor. So if you integrate from 0 to the surface of conductor, you will get the total flux linkage that is inside this entire conductor. Yes or no? So the total flux linkages lambda internal inside the conductor is obtained by integrating from 0 to r. So integrate equation number 7 from 0 to r, mu naught I by 2 pi r power 4 integral 0 to r x cube dx. So integral 0 to r x cube dx is nothing but r power 4 by 4. You substitute that r power 4 by 4. So r power 4 will cancel. R2 into 4 is 8 pi. Therefore mu naught a by 8 pi, that is equal to 1 by 2. What is the value of mu naught? Absolute permeability 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Henry per meter. We already know this. So substitute that 4 pi divided by 8 pi, that is 1 by 2 into 10 power minus 7 into I Weber turns per meter. This is the magnitude of flux linkages inside the conductor. Take it as equation number 8. Internal inductance. So internal inductance is the ratio of flux linkages by current. So here internal inductance is equal to ratio of internal flux linkages upon current, that is mu naught by 8 pi, or the internal inductance is equal to 1 by 2 into 10 power minus 7 Henry per meter. So this is equation number 9, which is the inductance per unit length inside the conductor. So let us summarize the procedure. Initially, by using Ampere circuit law, we find out what magnetic field intensity. From magnetic field intensity, we derive what is the magnetic flux density using the formula B is equal to mu into H. Then followed by that, we find out what is the flux and the flux linkages, and ratio of flux linkages and current will give the inductance. Now we have to determine what is the external inductance by following the same procedure. So this is equation number 9. You remember this. We have to add it to the external flux linkages to get the total inductance. Okay. External inductance. So external inductance means it is at a distance x that is greater than r. Here you see this conductor. Here only cross sectional view is shown. It is having unit length like this. So here this is the radius of the conductor r. This is center of the conductor. There are 2 points. This is point D1. This is point D2. These 2 points are external to the conductor at a distance D1 from the center, and this is at a distance D2. Here you are taking X that is greater than R. That is a point outside the conductor. The contour is like this. So that is the magnetic field outside the conductor. So which is given by Hx is equal to I by 2 pi x, that is for x greater than r. Take it as equation number 10. Now the magnetic field intensity, what is magnetic flux density? Magnetic flux density is Bx is equal to mu naught into Hx. Again we are assuming mu naught. See here the relative permeability is 1, that is the core is non-magnetic. So substitute that 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 I by 2 pi x. So you get 2 into 10 power minus 7 I by x Weber per meter square. Next we determine what is the magnetic flux. Take it as equation number 11. So magnetic flux is d phi is equal to bx into dx, that is 2 into 10 power minus 7 I by dx Weber per meter square. Take it as equation number 12. Now you see the path x, it will enclose the entire conductor. The path x which is having a radius x is enclosing entire conductor. Therefore the current enclosed is the total current that is flowing to the conductor. Therefore the differential flux linkages will be same as the differential flux. So this is important here. D lambda is equal to d phi for external inductance calculation. When you are calculating the inductance inside the conductor, when you are calculating the inductance or flux linkages inside the conductor, you have to take the fraction of this flux. But whereas whenever you are calculating the external inductance, the current enclosed is the current that is flowing entirely through the conductor. Therefore, the flux linkages is equal to the differential flux. Now, you have taken this as equation number 13. So, integrate this equation between two external points D1 and D2. You get the external flux linkages between point 1 and 2 is lambda 1 2 is equal to integral d1 to d2 d lambda, that is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 I integral d1 to d2 dx by x. Integral dx by x is log to the base e x. So take it as equation number 14. So you get it as 2 into 10 power minus 7 I into ln of d2 by d1 Weber turn per meter. The external inductance L12 per unit length due to the flux linkages between D1 and D2 is L12 is equal to ratio of flux linkages by current. Therefore, equation 14 divided by I will give you 2 into 10 power minus 7 ln D2 by D1. ln stands for log to the base E. Take it as equation number 15. Now what we want? Now we want the total inductance. So total flux linkages are required to calculate what is the total inductance. So total flux linkage LP linking the conductor outside any point that is at a distance d is the sum of the internal flux linkage and the external flux linkage. So in equation 8 you have the internal flux linkage, in equation 14 you have the external flux linkage. So here in order to determine external flux linkage, we are assuming that point D1 is on the surface of conductor, that is D1 is equal to R, and D2 is taken as D, that is at a point D from the center of the conductor. So this will give the external flux linkages. Therefore, lambda p is equal to equation 8 plus equation 14. But in equation 14, in place of D2, you substitute D. In place of D1, you substitute R. You get the total flux linkages. That is, this first term indicates the internal flux linkages. The second term indicates the external flux linkages. So this is for x less than r. This is for x greater than r. Take it as equation number 16. Now we know that log 1 by 2 can be written as 2 into ln of e power 1 by 4. That is nothing but 2 into 1 by 4, because log ln e is nothing but 1. So using this identity, you can rearrange this, take out 2 into 10 power minus 7 as common. So here you will have 1 by 4. So that 1 by 4 is written as ln e power 1 by 4 plus ln of d by r, because this 2 into 10 power minus 7 I is taken outside. So 2 into 10 power minus 7 I is taken outside. Ln of d by e power minus 1 by 4 into r. So e power minus 1 by 4 is nothing but 0.7788. So e power minus 1 by 4 into r can be taken as r dash. So here e power minus 1 by 4 into r is taken as r dash, that is 0.7788 r. That is e power minus 1 by 4 is 0.7788. So that is the value of r dash in equation number 17. So the total inductance is nothing but ratio of total flux linkages by total current. So LP is equal to lambda P by I. So lambda P is given in equation number 17. You take out I, cancel I, you will get 2 into 10 power minus 7 ln of d by r dash Henry per meter. So this is the final equation number 18, which gives what is the total inductance of a solid conductor. Here we take, which is added, the internal inductance as well as the external inductance. This is the total inductance of the conductor at any point which is at a distance d from the center of the conductor and having a radius r. Thank you. Try to solve these questions. Derive the inductance per unit length of a solid conductor, and a solid conductor of diameter 5 centimeters. Find the total inductance at a point 1 meter away from the center of conductor if the length of the conductor is 150 kilometers. Thank you. That's all for today class.